Hello guys, this is Prime Concept. I'm here again to continue with our concepts under electricity. Electricity, we earlier introduced in our previous videos the concept of Kirchhoff law, and in our previous video we were able to handle Kirchhoff current law. So in this video I'll be explaining the concept behind Kirchhoff's voltage law. So do well to watch the previous video so you can get the concept. Now, before explaining the KCL, I also explained certain terminology that we also use in that concept, such as the junction. What is a junction? We mentioned that a junction is a point in a circuit where three or more wires meet. That is a junction, three or more. So when you have two wires meeting, it's not a junction. So when you have a point in a circuit where two or more wires meet, that point is referred to as a node. Then thirdly, we explain a loop, also known as mesh. So a loop is just an enclosed part, a part that is enclosed by circuit elements. So now we want to look at the concept or the idea of Kirchhoff's voltage law. So that is what we want to consider today. Kirchhoff voltage law, what does it say? Kirchhoff voltage law says that the net sum of EMF and voltage drop across a loop is equal to 0. The net sum of EMF and voltage drop across a loop is equal to 0. Now, what is the difference? Someone may ask, what is the difference between EMF and voltage drop? EMF is simply the battery voltage, and then voltage drop is the product of current and resistance. So that is what we mean. So mathematically, you can write KVL as summation of EMF plus voltage drop, denoted as V, is equal to 0. So the net sum of these two quantities is 0. So this is KVL. This law is known as KVL. Now also know that KVL can also be called Kirchhoff's loop rule. Kirchhoff's loop rule. And also, KVL is a law that is derived from the law of conservation of energy. So it's a derivative of the law of conservation of energy. So let's move further so that we can understand. Now, in order for you to apply KVL to a circuit, you need to understand the sign convention, because there are certain sign conventions we obey so that we don't make mistake when we are summing. Now, what are the sign conventions we need to know? Number one sign convention you should know is that when your loop direction and your current direction are the same, then voltage drop is going to be negative. When our loop direction, in every circuit we always have loop direction. This is what I mean. Now say we have this. We have something like this. This space inside there is a loop. So for every circuit you want to analyze, you would always give a direction for your loop, right? And then we'll always have our current direction, which is always indicated along the wire. So when you see an arrow like this along the wire, it's telling you the current direction. When you see any sign like this, it tells you the loop direction. So the first sign convention, like I mentioned, is that when your current and your loop directions are the same, then voltage drop is going to be negative. What do we mean by that? Now, if you consider this, say we have a simple circuit element like this. This is our R, and then this is the current I flowing through this. If my loop direction is like this, now notice my loop direction, which is clockwise direction. So you notice my loop is moving in this direction. My current is also moving in the same direction. So it means that the voltage drop here, which is V, is going to be negative IR. So my voltage drop will be negative because your loop and your current are in same direction, right? So this is one rule you need to know. And the converse for this is also true, meaning that if your loop and your current are in opposite direction, your voltage drop is going to be positive. Now, what do I mean by that? This is what I mean. Say this is our This is our current direction. Our current is flowing like this, and our loop is like this. Can you see this now? So my loop is counterclockwise. You can see that my loop is moving opposite to my current flow. So under this condition, my voltage drop V is going to be positive. So it's going to be positive. I believe that this sign convention is very clear. The other sign convention we need to understand is that if our loop comes out from the positive terminal of our battery, then the EMF will be positive. If our loop comes out from the positive terminal of a battery, EMF will be positive. What do we mean by that? And this is our battery. This is our battery. This is our battery. Now say this is our loop direction. This is how our loop is moving. Now if you notice, if you observe this, you'll notice that your loop, this short terminal here is negative, you know that, and the long terminal here is positive. So you notice that your loop enters through this short one and comes out from the long one. So since our loop is coming out from our positive terminal, it means that the EMF in this case, EMF is going to be positive, because loop comes out from the positive terminal. If on the other hand, our loop comes out from the negative terminal, our EMF is going to be negative. What do we mean? Simply, we have something like this. So we have something like this. This is our EMF. Now if you watch this case, you notice that your loop is moving like this. It's entering through this long one and coming out from the short terminal. So automatically, in this case, our EMF is going to be negative. So these are basic sign convention that you should master. And I would advise you to settle down, watch this over and over so you can understand this sign convention. If you don't get this concept very clearly, you may not be able to solve problems, right? Now let's apply this to a simple circuit. And one thing you should also keep in mind is that when you're applying Kirchhoff's law, remember Kirchhoff's law is of two forms: Kirchhoff current law and Kirchhoff voltage law. Now whenever you're applying Kirchhoff's law, you always apply both of them simultaneously to a circuit. So for every circuit, you would need KCL and you would also need KVL, right? To be able to solve them. Now let's analyze a simple circuit. Let's analyze a simple circuit. Say we have a circuit like this. A single loop circuit, so that it will be easier for you to learn. So let's call this R1, call this R2, and this is E. So our current I is flowing. Now I'm going to give a loop direction. This is my loop. This is my loop. That is my loop direction. Now if you observe this circuit, you would understand that these two resistors are in series. So obviously, this same current will flow through the same resistor. So the current in this resistor is I. The current in this resistor is still I, because same current would flow around through it, right? Now let's apply KVL to this circuit, because this is just a single loop circuit. So we have just one current. So we may not be applying KCL here. It's just one current. So now for KCL, let's start here. Now if you're moving in this direction, you notice that your loop is going to come out from your positive terminal, your loop. So I'm starting from this point A. So I'm going round and I'll return back to point A, adding up all the circuit components here. So if I start moving from point A, you notice my loop is going to come out from this long terminal, to come out. So meaning that my EMF is going to be positive. So I'll write E as positive. Now I will continue my movement till I meet another circuit element. So I will go. Now, in this case, remember this same current is the same current that is flowing here. It's this same current that is here. Now in this case, you notice my loop is moving like this. My current is also moving in same direction. So my current and my loop are in same direction. Remember, when they're in same direction, your voltage drop is going to be what? Negative. So I'm going to have the voltage drop is going to be negative current I times the resistance R1. Now I'm not done because I still have another circuit element. Remember, this same current is the same current that is still flowing through this place. This same current that is still coming down. Now let's consider this side. In this case, my current is going down, my loop direction is also going down, so both of them are in same direction. So it means that my voltage drop here is still going to be what? Negative. So what do I do? So I'm going to have negative I times R2. Then since I don't have any other circuit element, I've handled this, and I've also handled this. There is no other circuit element. Then you simply equate it to what? 0. Because according to KVL, the net sum of EMF and voltage drop across any loop is 0. So this is what you have. So this is our circuit equation for this, which I can still go further to make E the subject if that is what I'm looking for. So if I solve, I would have that E. If I move this to the other side, it becomes positive. So I'm going to have I R1. I move this to the other side, it becomes positive. I'm going to have I R2. Now if I factorize, you can see that I is common. I would have I into R1 plus R2. So I can still go ahead and make I the subject. Whatever I need to find, I can get it simply by making it the subject. So but the major aim is to be able to apply KVL to a circuit. I believe that this concept is very clear to you. In my next video, I will be analyzing a more complex circuit, and I'll be breaking the concept down so that you can understand it. So do well to follow my series so you can understand the concept behind electricity very well. Remember, this is Prime Concept. Try to do well to subscribe to my channel and share my videos with your friends so that they can also benefit. Thanks for watching.